Hello folks, welcome to MLS Matchday 27 prediction video. We had some games that are happening today. So here are the latest updates. Right now, Montreal is up 2-1 over New England. So for that prediction, I'll say draw 2-2. Dallas taking on New York City Football Club. Right now, it's a 0-0 first half. Should be a good one, but I'll give it to Dallas in this one. 2-0. Houston taking on LA is on delay due to weather, rainstorms over there. If this gets delayed, we'll see if they move this game to a new schedule, or if they do resume, I will give this to Houston, winning it 2-1. And Columbus and Orlando are currently right now playing in a 0-0 draw in the first half. That should be a fun one, but I'll give it to the edge to Columbus, being played in Ohio, with a 2-0 win. LAFC taking on Portland at 10:30 p.m. Eastern game. Two teams facing off in the West. Dennis Bologna and LAFC, who are coming off a 3-3 draw against their rivals, LA Galaxy. They take on Portland, who are kind of a start with 2 losses to St. Louis, and then Real Salt Lake, and then after that they came in with a draw 1-1. Should be a very tested game for LAFC. I'll give this a draw 1-1. San Diego taking on Nashville at 10:30 p.m. Eastern game. San Diego coming off a draw against Vancouver 1-1. Meanwhile for Nashville come off a strong 1-0 win against Toronto. And this should be interesting. It's the best team in the West against the second best team in the East right now with Nashville. This should be fun. I'll give it to Nashville. I think Nashville will pull it off, a 2-1 win. Let's on to Saturday. Tomorrow, Miami taking on Cincinnati at 7:30 p.m. Eastern game. These two teams have met each other. They already played each other about 2 weeks ago. Cincinnati won 3-0 against Miami, and now they're going at each other. So what has changed? Miami coming off a 5-1 win against New York Red Bulls, while for Cincinnati, they get a 1-0 win against Real Salt Lake on the road. Now it's playing in Miami, and some news coming in. Lionel Messi and Jordi Alba have been suspended for this match, this due to them not participating in the MLS All-Star game. So this should be an advantage Cincinnati, right? Yes, Cincinnati went to 2-0. DC United taking on Austin FC at 7:30 p.m. Eastern game. DC coming off a tremendous, how would I say tremendous result? Well, lost to Columbus 2-1. They take on Austin FC, who manages to gets to host the MLS All-Star, which had a great host. So thank you, Austin, for hosting the MLS All-Star. But they have to focus at being played against DC United. I'm going to go with Austin FC winning it 3-0. Colorado taking on Philadelphia at 7:30 p.m. Eastern game. Philadelphia want to find a way to find the best Philly sticks there. But Philly coming off a 1-1 draw to Houston. While for Colorado, try to look for where Colorado and my results are, but sorry about that. But being played in Philadelphia, Philly needs this the most. They have to get back in that top place in the East. So give me Philly winning it 2-1. Charlotte FC taking on Toronto at 7:30 p.m. Eastern game. Toronto coming off a 0-1 loss to Nashville. Meanwhile, for Charlotte, they get a big-time win against their rivals, Atlanta United. But I'm going to play this simple. This is a trap game for Charlotte because they're played at home, of course. But here comes Toronto, and this is a trap game for Charlotte. If they avoid this game, at least a win or a draw, then they can finally move on and focus on their season. But I'm going to play a little mousetrap, and I think Toronto wins it 2-0 against Charlotte FC. Atlanta taking on Seattle at 7:30 p.m. Eastern game. Seattle coming off a 3-2 win against San Jose, but they got to travel to the east side and take on Atlanta, come off a tough result against Charlotte FC. Must win for Atlanta, but I think Seattle is the threat coming up in the standings. Seattle wins it 3-1. St. Louis taking on Minnesota at 8:30 p.m. Eastern game. St. Louis coming off a, how do I want to say it? Well, a good result, bad result, 3-0 loss to Dallas. They take on Minnesota, who come off a draw to Portland. I'll go Minnesota winning at 2-0. Chicago taking on New York Red Bulls at 8:30 p.m. Eastern game. Chicago coming off a 2-1 win against Montreal. Meanwhile, for New York, let's do this simple. New York Red Bulls come off a loss 5-1 to Miami. Yeah, I don't know what kind of result that was, but give me a draw, 2-2 draw. Real Salt Lake taking on San Jose at 9:30 p.m. Eastern game. Real Salt Lake coming off a tough loss to Cincinnati. They welcome San Jose, who are also coming off a tough loss to Seattle. And this is a tough one to pick, but I will give it to San Jose with a 2-0 win. Vancouver taking on Kansas City at 10:30 p.m. Eastern game. Kansas City coming off a 1-1 draw to New York City Football Club. While for Vancouver, draw, good result against San Diego. This is another trap game because you don't want to end up getting backed up in the standings. So give me Vancouver with a 2-1 win. And I hope you enjoy MLS Matchday 27 today and tomorrow. We don't have a Sunday night soccer for this match day, so hope you enjoy MLS Matchday 27. Hello there. If you have not seen my other videos, go check them out on my channel. Of course, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell for more and the latest sports news.